SIP Amatkura Anand, SIP Kumar Swami, SIP Hitkari, SIP Parvati Amma, SIP Bridget, SIP Girish, SIP Samatma, SIP Gautam, SIP Sudeep, SIP Sangam Gupta, SIP Vageshan, SIP Supreme Kaumudi, SIP Atmatrai, SIP Ru Mataji, SIP Avinash. I'm not able to make out some names of people who have just joined and just joining. Fridays the call starts a little early, so obviously people are running to join the call, but we have to move on and people will join. So my dear friends, today we have a Friday talk, and this Friday talk is on the topic how to live like a yogi. This is the subject, and I hope we will have an interesting session of question answers after that. And for those of you who have just joined in, I am at this place called Rovaniemi in Finland, and I thought of putting the camera for a few moments at my window, and as I'm watching, you see me on one side and you see what I'm watching on the other side. So that is the view of the beautiful igloos, and you see there, and this is the divine creation of the Lord, and it's very pretty. But more important than the igloos is our session, and therefore we will get on to the session. And the rest of you who have joined, welcome to the call. How to live like a yogi. How to live like a yogi. That is my subject of discussion today. Who is a yogi? A yogi is the one who lives in yoga. So if you're living in yoga, you're a yogi. If you're not living in yoga, you're a bhogi. There's a yogi and there's a bhogi. The yogi is always united with the divine. The yogi doesn't break his connection. He doesn't get disconnected. He's connected to God. Just like a SIM card, a good SIM card. Imagine a SIM card. It's connected to God. It's a network. And if the SIM card is disconnected from the network, what happens to your signal? Imagine you're talking to me on Zoom. Every now and then, I can't hear you, Air. I can't hear you. The connection is not good. The network is not good. We don't want to have a network which is not good. That is poor yoga. That is bad yoga. And people don't know the meaning of yoga in this world. You know, people think what yoga is. People think this exercise is yoga. No, this is only asana. And some people will tell you, you know what is yoga? Like this. This is not bad. Doing breathing exercise is not bad, but it's not yoga. It is pranayama. So we have misunderstood yoga to be asana and pranayama. And today, if you go to America, Canada, Europe, there are huge yoga institutes. And they call it hot yoga and all kinds of yoga. And people have become millionaires making money out of yoga, but it's all con job. Con job means it's not real. So my dear friends, as I welcome all of you, I see many of you have joined the call a little beyond the beginning, but welcome to the call, all of you who have joined in. Now we have a full house on this Friday evening call. So what is it to live like a yogi? A yogi lives in yoga. The word yoga actually means yuj. Yuj means union. And what is this union? It is the connection of the Atma, the Ruh. Ruh Mataji means Ruh. Ruh, the soul. Ruh, say Ruh ka connection, which means the Ruh of in the human being connects to Ruh, which is nothing but the divine. Atma connects with Paramatma. The soul connects with the Supreme Soul. The wave merges with the ocean. So somebody asked me the question, what is this yoga? So I told them, imagine you want to pick water. You want to pick water from the ocean. So what do? You go to the ocean with bare hands. How much water you will take from the ocean? You'll fill so much water, and if you're walking back, all the water will drop. So somebody will come and say, no, I'll give you a good idea. You take 2 big buckets. Don't go with hands. So what do? You take 2 big buckets and you go fill the water, and you come back with 2 big buckets. You know what the yogi does? The yogi takes a pipe and puts the pipe in the ocean and connects a motor and switches on the motor. And through a filtration system, he has unlimited water. This is the example of how the yogi lives. The yogi lives with divine love. The yogi lives with Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Prema Yoga. The yogi lives with that pipe. His pipe is always connected to God with a motor and a filter. He filters all the myth. He filters the myth. He only realizes that takes in the truth. The motor is the power of his faith, the power of his belief, the power, the passion of yoga, of being ever united with the divine. So my dear friend, why should we be in yoga? The question today is, you want to be in yoga? Fine. Why should you be in yoga? The point is, you should be in yoga because you have only 2 options. You know, they say sometimes life is like riding a bicycle. Life is like riding a bicycle. Either you pedal. If you don't pedal, you fall down. Life is like riding a bicycle. You've got to ride the bicycle. You get up in the morning. You've got to live. You've got to live. Somebody said, no, is it possible for 3 days I don't want to live? So is it possible, my friends? No, I've got too much anxiety. So I've got too much anxiety. So 3 days I don't want to live. I want to switch off for 3 days. Is it possible? No, it's not possible. So you have to deal with your anxiety. You have to deal with your problems. You have to deal with the circumstances. You've got to deal with people around you. You can't. I always tell people, if you're in the jungle and the tiger comes, you can't say, tigers come, tigers come. Close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. You close your eyes, the tiger will eat you up. That you have to learn to face your battles. So my dear friend, we have 2 options. Either we can live in yoga or we can live in bhoga. If not in yoga, you're automatically in bhoga. You don't have a choice. If you're not in yoga, you are in bhoga. And in bhoga means you sink in the material world. In bhoga means you sink in the material, and the sinking in material world means suffering of body, mind, and ego. So my point to you is, how are you going to live a life that is a life of yoga? How are you going to do it? Because yoga is all about living with enlightenment. Enlightenment of the truth. Yoga is liberation from triple suffering. Yoga is living united with God. So this is the challenge. If you're living in yoga, you will live in yoga because you are living as an enlightened soul. You are liberated from all problems. And you are living in the ever presence of God. I was just telling you, my camera touched this. I was looking out and by mistake, I touched the button, not realizing that you are also watching what I am watching. I am watching a beautiful sunset in Finland. So my dear friends, I'd like to share with you a little song I wrote. Right? The song says, दुनिया की भाग दौड़ में योगी नाटकता है, प्रभु के ध्यान में वो जीता, इच्छा और तृष्णा में योगी ना डूबता है, प्रभु के प्यार में वो जीता, जो भी करता है अर्पण करता है, कर्म योग समझ के करता है, ध्यान में सदा वो जीता है, योग में हमेशा वो जीता है, योग में हमेशा वो जीता है. The song, if you're looking for the song, it starts with the words, चंदा आसमां में प्रेरित करता है, जो भी हो दुनिया में चांद तो चमकता है, योगी भी योग में रहे माया में ना फंसता है, योगी प्रभु से ना योग तोड़े, योगी तो हमेशा योग में है, चांद जैसे योगी भी चमकता है. Today I'm going to give you the secret how to be like the moon. The moon is always reflecting the sun. Have you seen the moon taking holiday? No. It goes from full moon to new moon to full moon to new moon. Amavas ki raat, there's no holiday. It's just the moon is starting its next cycle of reflecting the sun for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. The moon is in yoga with the sun. That's my interpretation on this song. My dear friends, we have to move from one state of yoga to another state of yoga. We have to move from one state of yoga to another state of yoga. How do you do this? The world knows of 4 states of yoga. The world knows of only 4 states of yoga. The world knows of Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. The world knows only of 4 states. It hardly matters which state of yoga you are in. You know, when you get up in the morning, first thing what you must do, most people get up either with a bad mood, because when they get up in the morning, they don't have a good mood. Many people. And many people who get up in the morning and they become a yogi, then they don't have a bad mood. Then they are what is known as Dhyana Yoga. They experience a bliss. Why do you get up with a bad mood? Because immediately your mind starts thinking of negative thoughts. Because your mind starts thinking of problems. Your mind has got a default system. By default, it makes you think negative. But a yogi doesn't think like this. When if you change your habit and you wake up in the morning and you wake up in your morning with the words like Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. You wake up in the morning with a positive thought, my dear friends. That is called Dhyana Yoga. Then don't jump into stock market. Don't jump into COVID news. Don't jump into who has murdered, who has killed, which country is fighting with which country war. Don't jump into the news. Don't people with highest viewership, sometimes they say 6 o'clock breakfast news. People switch on the TV and they take all the garbage into their head. Yoga is broken. You jump into bhoga. If you want to live like a yogi, get up in the morning with dhyana yoga. Spend some time in bhakti yoga. Do you play some bhajan, some kirtan? Spend some time in bhakti yoga. After you finish a little bit of bhakti yoga, ask yourself, what is God's challenge to me? I'm an instrument of God. I'm a karma yogi. If you say I'm a karma yogi, then what does God want me to do? And if God wants me to do something, then I move from one state of yoga, dhyana yoga, to bhakti yoga, to karma yoga, and if possible, to move into jnana yoga, to try to gain knowledge, to try and study, to come on the Zoom call. Some people are there, they're on the Zoom call every day. Every day they're on the Zoom call. What is this Zoom call? This Zoom call is Jnana Yoga. So how do you remain united? Either through Bhakti Yoga or Dhyana Yoga or Karma Yoga. Kaumudi sends me a message every day. Kaumudi sends me a message every day. How many minutes she is spending in yoga? How many minutes? She's the only one who's sending me every day. Every day she tells me so many minutes in yoga, so many hours, so many minutes. Every day, Kaumudi Supreme. Where is Supreme? I don't see Supreme. She was there and Supreme is now gone into, I think, non-video mode. But she will come back. And this is called from yoga to bhoga. When you cut off, when the connection gets cut off, then from yoga, you've gone into bhoga. And she missed my telling that she is the only one. Let her come back. So my dear friends, this samsara drags us into bhoga. We are normally engaged in the material world. 90% of us are in bhoga. 90% with possessions, people, pleasures, problems, all peace. P, 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 P. Either you're in pleasure, or in possession, or in people, or in passion, or in problem. All these P's. So you have to stop it because these make you unhappy. These make you unhappy. Very few people move from bhoga to yoga. What do? Supreme has come back. Supreme, I was appreciating you sending me your minutes of yoga. Every day I was just telling the group, but you had already disconnected. Means you went from yoga to bhoga. Now you're back. Doesn't matter. I was just appreciating you and looking for you. You had disappeared from the stage. So, my dear friends, what does the yogi do? The yogi disconnects from the world. So some of you are in this call, but some of you are in this call, and on the left of you there's a television playing. On the right side of you, some samsaric people are disturbing you, and then there's so many distractions on you. But some of you are on this call, and you've switched off everything, and you are योगी जो योग में सदा ही रहे प्रभु के योग में रहे. You are like that. You are connected with the divine. That is the challenge, my dear friends. So, how many people are able to live as a yogi? Very few people actually are able to live like a yogi because it's not easy. It's not easy to disconnect from the world. That's why they say, हर जगह प्रभु को महसूस करता योगी, जो भी दिखता है उसमें प्रभु ही दिखता है, प्रभु बिन कुछ तो नहीं योगी देखता है, कण कण में प्रभु बसते एहसास करता है, प्रभु एक सत्य बाकी मिथ्या योगी जानता है, प्रभु का एहसास वो करता बाकी कुछ ना है. The yogi is connected with the divine, what I call breath in every breath. In every breath of consciousness, when you're in yoga, it may be Prema Yoga, which I will explain to you. But in every breath, you must be a yogi in every breath. That is divine. That is the ability to be in the state of yoga. What leads us to become one with the Lord, my dear friends? What leads us? Unless somebody understands yoga, one cannot start the journey. If you don't know yoga, you can't attain God. If you don't know yoga, yoga is the way, but not yoga what the world understands. Not that yoga, not hot yoga and what's the fellow's name? When that UP fellow, what's his name? I don't know. He's big heavy. Then they put him in jail. I don't know. But there's so many big yogis who are taking drugs and who are doing all kind of nonsense, and they say they are yogis. No. So Bikram yoga, Bikram, huh? Have you heard of Bikram hot yoga? Have you heard that? I was amused. I was amused when I was shown this hot yoga by Bikram. No, this is not yoga. Bridget, have you heard Bikram hot yoga in America and Canada? Bikram? I think maybe Blico must have. Oh, it was amazing to hear. So, my dear friends, unless you understand the meaning of yoga, you cannot start your journey. And the steps in this journey are: one, realizing the truth. You first realize the truth. I am not this body. I am not this mind. Without that, you can't be in yoga. How can you be in yoga? First, the basic realization: I am not body, mind, ego. First. Second, I am the divine soul. In Bridget's language, first neti, neti, then tattvam asi. This is what Bridget will say. So neti, neti, tattvam asi. Then, I have been given two big gifts in the last few months. This is what my spiritual partner told me the first gift I was given is called God is Sip. The first gift I was given. And second gift is called Prema Yoga. I got two big gifts in the last few months. And both are books. One book is being released in February, one book will be released in March. My dear friends, the yogi understands God is Sip. He realizes. And he is ever connected with God. He is ever connected with Sip. Are you in that state? Because the journey of yoga leads to moksha. If you want moksha, you need yoga. Without yoga, there can be no nirvana, there can be no moksha. Impossible. Because the moment you're not in yoga, you're in bhoga. The moment you're in bhoga, you're sucked. You're sucked in this material world. You may not want it, but you are dragged. Your mind pulls you, your senses pull you, your emotions pull you. You get caught, you crave. And what you crave, you take to your grave. You are not able to detach. You're not able to let go. And as long as you're not able to let go, you're a slave. Long as you're not able to let go. That's why, what do I tell people? I tell people, you must tell yourself, उड़ जा रे पंछी पिंजरे से उड़ जा ये तन है पिंजरा और तू एक आत्मा जीवन का मकसद मुक्ति पाना है प्रभु को है पाना हाँ प्रभु को है पाना. What is the one goal of my life? I have only one goal. What is the one goal of my life? उड़ जा रे पंछी पिंजरे से. And some people, they leave one pinjara and they go into another pinjara. I call this jumping from the frying pan into the fire. God liberates them from one cage. And like the Switzerland bird, the bird in Switzerland, she left one cage and the bird started saying, oh, I'm missing the cage. Where is the dana? And she went and got caught in another cage. But it's not only with birds. We human beings, we miss one cage and we get caught in another cage. No, a yogi doesn't do this. A yogi is free. My dear friends, the journey of yoga starts with enlightenment. After realization, when you realize, you all have realized the truth. Many of you have realized the truth. Many of you. But if you want moksha, you want unification, all of you. Komal just joined. Huh? All of you. If you want moksha, you need yoga. Yoga will disconnect you from the world and connect you with the divine. Yoga will liberate you from misery. It will unite you with God. At death, you will not have rebirth. You will not come back to earth. Yoga will liberate you and unite you with God. My dear friends, I was blessed with a special yoga. It was on the 10th of January. I was blessed with a very special yoga. The world only knows of 4 states of yoga. The world knows Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. But I was blessed with the 5th state of yoga. And the 5th state of yoga is called Prema Yoga, the yoga of divine love. How can one live with Prema Yoga? This is what I told you even last week. How can love unite us with God? How can you love so deeply, love so passionately? That's when from last week I spoke about Prema Yoga. And this week I said, it's not only Prema Yoga. No, Prema Yoga is the 5th state of yoga. You have to understand all the 5 states of yoga. You have to understand the morning when you wake up, Dhyana Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga, then Karma Yoga, then Jnana Yoga. And if you want the magic of yoga in your life, then Prema Yoga. You don't need more than 5 in a hand, only 5 fingers. God told not 4 yogas. God said 5. But human beings stopped at 4. 4 fingers, not enough. I found the 5th. Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Prema Yoga. Prema Yoga is the strongest of all yogas. This I can tell you because I have experienced it. I have experienced the yoga of divine love. The yoga of divine love unites me with God all the time. I am united with God moment by moment. I am in Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. The moment I look at the world, I'm in Prema Yoga. The moment I look at the world, I'm in Prema Yoga. I'm in the yoga of love. And the moment I'm in yoga of love, I don't sink into bhoga. And this is a challenge I am asking you to follow. I am asking you, spend your life in yoga. And anytime you find it difficult, it's really difficult to be with these 4 states of yoga is not easy. But Prema Yoga, Prema Yoga is so easy. Prema Yoga is to be in the yoga of divine love. What is the problem? We all love. Why can't we love as we are loving the beloved? So anyone can live with Prema Yoga. And this will unite us with God. Somebody asked me last week after the call, how can Prema Yoga, even I think Rumataji asked me, how can Prema Yoga unite with God? She confused with Bhakti Yoga. When you love the beloved as God, when you love the beloved as God, it becomes Prema Yoga. But Prema Yoga is not the only yoga. There are 5 states of yoga. You can go from one state to another state. I am in yoga all the time. All the time. If I slip in any other yoga, I fall into Prema Yoga. If only I slip. If normally I am in Dhyana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. Normally I would slip into Bhoga. Now I don't slip into Bhoga. If I slip, I fall into the ocean of Prema Yoga. I fall into the ocean of Prema Yoga where I love my beloved as God. For me, when I look at my beloved, I see a goddess. I see a goddess. In the world, you may see a princess, but I see a goddess. I see the soul. Right? It's no harm in seeing the princess, but you must see your princess as a goddess. So this is the way to be in Prema Yoga. There's a song I wrote. I'm writing bhajans on Prema Yoga, and I wrote a beautiful song. I know, Sudeep, have you heard this song or not? The song says, "Ye प्यार है तेरे लिए, ये इश्क है तेरे लिए, तू ही तो प्रेमी प्रभु, तू ही रूह है, ये तो मेरा प्रेम योग है, ये प्यार है तेरे लिए, ये इश्क है तेरे लिए." Imagine romancing with God. Imagine romancing with God. In one of the bhajan I wrote, इसमें क्या नशा है, इसमें क्या मजा है. When you are able to romance with God, imagine the beauty when you are able to romance with God. The song says, तुझको प्यार कैसे करूं मैं, means तुझको प्यार कैसे करूं मैं, रूह को प्यार करता हूं मैं, तन को प्यार मैं ना करता, आत्मा को प्यार करता मैं, तुझको प्यार मैं हूं करता, तू ही एक जो चाहता मैं, इश्क ये हकीकी, इश्क ये हकीकी, ना ये इश्क मजाजी, इश्क तो ये इबादत है, इश्क ये है प्रेम योगा. You understand what it means? It means my love is divine. My love for you is not mortal. My love for you is immortal. My love for you is divine, soulful love. My dear friends, so move from one state of yoga to another. When you're in Prema Yoga, there is no expectation. There are no conditions. It's just divine love. You don't have any expectation. You don't get hurt. There's no heartache. there is no heartbreak, because you are loving the beloved as a manifestation of God. There is divine intoxication. There is the ecstasy. There is the euphoria of joy. You have to experience this. When love involves into yoga, it becomes divine yoga. My dear friends, sometimes I bend a little towards Prema Yoga these days, not because it was a gift to me, because it's so easy to be in Prema Yoga. But I find all of you find it a challenge. So I want you to tell me, why is it a challenge? Sudeep is smiling. So why is it a challenge to be in Prema Yoga? I don't know. I don't know, because for me, Prema Yoga is very beautiful. And I don't know why people consider it so difficult to be in Prema Yoga. You know, provided your Prema Yoga is for SIP, your Prema Yoga is not fake. Like your birthday, where you cut a cake. That date is fake. The birthday, when you cut a cake, that day is fake. That's not your birthday. You were born 9 months before. So when you love somebody, the Prema Yoga cannot be fake. It has to be real. The other song which I sang last time, I don't know if you remember it, I said, तुझको प्रभु प्यार करूं, प्रीतम को जब मैं प्यार करूं, प्रीतम तू ही है, तुझको मैं चाहता, प्यार मेरा तो है प्रेम योगा, तुझको मैं प्यार हूँ करता, प्रीतम में मुझको तू है मिलता, होता है प्रेम योगा. My dear friends, how are you going to move from one state of yoga to another state? If you don't like Prema Yoga, leave it. Just be in Dhyana Yoga. Can you sit silently as a monk for 24 hours? Possible? Okay, leave it. Do Bhakti Yoga. Can you do Kirtan for 24 hours? Can you do Bhajan Kirtan for 24 hours? Okay, Karma Yoga. Can you slog like a dog for 24 hours? Okay, Jnana Yoga. Can you be reading scripture and be on Zoom call for 24 hours? You can't do any of these for 24 hours. You need to move from one state of yoga to another state. A yogi knows how to move, how to evolve from one state to another state. The yogi starts his day with Dhyana Yoga. He doesn't get a disconnection. From Dhyana Yoga, he goes into Bhakti Yoga. From Bhakti Yoga, he comes into Karma Yoga. Then he comes into, this is called from the yoga of meditation to the yoga of devotion, to the yoga of action, to the yoga of education. And when you can't remain in meditation and action and devotion and education, just drop yourself into the divine yoga of love. And when you drop yourself into the divine yoga of love, there is no gap, there is no disconnection. You will never disconnect from the divine. My dear friends, remember, you are not the body, the mind, and the ego. You are the divine soul. Your soul in you and soul in me is SIP. Our challenge is for SIP to be united with the Supreme. The soul of the yogi yearns, mumukshutva. The soul of the yogi yearns for the divine. The yogi seeks nothing but to be in yoga. That is why the yogi lives in Sat Chit Anand. The yogi lives in a state of Sat Chit Anand, which means Sat, the truth, Chit, consciousness, Anand, bliss. He is free from senses of the body, thoughts of the mind, passion of the ego, because he lives in Sat Chit Anand. What happens at death of the yogi? When the body dies, there is no mind and ego. The mind and ego dissolves. The yogi, as per the Katha Upanishad, if you read the Katha Upanishad, is liberated. All karma are exhausted. Karma dissolved. And the divine soul unites with the Supreme. Therefore, to the yogi, there is no rebirth, no coming back to earth. My dear friend, it's time for me to close. I have crossed the session's timing, but I am committed to help you live like a yogi. I want to help you. How much time do you spend in yoga? Remember, every minute you are not in yoga, Ashok Chotwani, every minute you are not in yoga, you are in bhoga. So please move. I'm giving you 5 states of yoga and a beautiful state called Prema Yoga, where you just have to love your beloved as God. I was given this gift. I hope I can give you this gift. If you want to live like a yogi, always united with the divine, don't jump into bhoga. You will not succeed. Don't be attached to possessions and people. Nothing belongs to you. So if you want to start your journey, yogic journey, start it today. Analyze where are you on the yogic journey. Have you realized the truth? Do you spend time in yoga? How much time do you spend in yoga? Keep on reflecting and improve your journey as a yogi. I will help you. I will help you. Talk to me. Interact with me. Send personal messages to me. Ask me questions on Ask Care and ask me personal questions. I will be happy to help you. Because I believe the questions I have for you today before I close. Do you want to be a yogi? How can you live in yoga? How to move from one state of yoga to another? How to always be in yoga, not in bhoga? I have given you the answer. Move from meditation to devotion to action to education. And the rest of the time, don't fall into bhoga, fall into Prema Yoga. If you live like a yoga, remember this, my final statement to all of you. If you live like a yogi, you will attain moksha. If you live like a yogi, you will attain moksha. Next week's topic is how to evolve from religion to spirituality. But today, I request the administrator, let us get on to questions. I am late. I've taken much more time than I normally take, but the topic is so important. The topic is so important. My dear friends, don't leave me today. Don't leave me today till you start your journey as a yogi. Don't leave me today. When you leave me today, you should be in yoga rest of your life. You should be in yoga rest of your life and learn from me today how I am in yoga all the time. I'm in yoga all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. I'm connected with God all the time, with Supreme. How can you do it? What is stopping you? Ask me questions. Tell me. I will guide you. I will show you the way. I will help you. But talk to me. Questions. Atmatray.
Shivam, sir.
Shivoham.
Sir. There is nothing good or bad in the world. Our thoughts make it good or bad. How the yogi goes beyond the duality of good and bad.
What is good and bad? Can you tell me?
We think some work is better for us.
Atmatray. Nothing is good or bad means. What is the meaning of this, Atmatray? Nothing is good or bad means if I take gold, I take gold and I make Ganapati, good or bad? Ganapati. Bhagwan Ganapati, if I make in gold, good or bad?
Not good, not good, not bad.
Why not good, not bad? It's good, no? Ganapati, what's wrong?
It is a spiritual symbol.
If I make Ravan, if I take same gold and make Ravan, good or bad?
It will bad.
See, it is only a matter of our perspective. Ganapati also is not real. Ravan also is not real. Everything is gold. Everything in this world is what? Atmatari, what is in this world? Everything in this world is what?
Supreme Universal Power.
Chip. Then what is good and bad? Tell me. How can it be good or bad?
Our concept only.
If Sip is in a good man, you say he's a good man. If Sip is in a rascal, does Sip become a rascal?
No, sir.
So nothing is good or bad. That is the answer to your question.
How the yogi crossed?
The yogi doesn't see good and bad, no, Atmatray. The yogi says, Har jagah Prabhu hai. The yogi doesn't see anything good and bad. The yogi is living in yoga.
Yes.
That's why I told. Bhakti, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Any time left over?
Prema Yoga.
Prema Yoga. No Bhoga. Don't want
Yes,
Bhoga.
yes. Sure, sure.
I am living in yoga. I am living in yoga 24 hours a day. How I am living? Same method, which I am telling you. Same method. Now, some people think I'm having whiskey. Good or bad, I'm having whiskey. Good or bad?
Whiskey is bad. We think
But,
so.
yeah, but this is not whiskey. This is hot tea. This is hot tea for my throat.
Okay.
But some people think it's whiskey. It's not whiskey. It's not rum. It's nothing. It is hot tea.
Yes, very good.
Nothing is good or bad. Next question, please.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Karan Singh.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Actually, great morning.
Hold on.
Sir, actually, is this my voice is loud and clear?
What is your question?
Is my voice loud and clear?
Yes, your voice is loud and clear. Tell me what's your question.
Okay, sir. Actually, I have actually personally also messaged you. What is the difference between intuition and enlightenment? Actually, how much time it takes, sir?
Intuition and enlightenment. They are two separate subjects altogether. Why do you mix up these two? Intuition.
No, actually, yeah, please, sir.
Intuition is a creative thought. It is called sixth sense. It is called a hunch. It is called a telepathy. This is coming from the material world. People sometimes call it a result of super consciousness. But this has nothing to do with enlightenment. Intuition and enlightenment are completely two different subjects. One is going north, one is going south.
Actually, one more question. Actually, I can say what people think and how this exactly what will happen in a but it's not. It's a my uncle is a clinical psychologist, and I am also interested in. I just read and know something. I can say what will happen in the. Not by any superpower, but what around like in it's election time, which party will win?
Okay, Karan, you can, because there are 60 people on the call. So if you have any personal question, you ask me personally. This is only question answers. So let us move on. Okay, if you have a question, please continue to ask me. Kumar Swami. Yes, sir, Kumar Swami.
Yes, sir, Guruji.
Thank you, sir.
Go on, sir.
Most of the people and gurus says that merge your soul into Supreme Soul. Is soul is one, or what do you mean of this merging of soul into your soul into Supreme Soul? What do you mean that?
Actually, they are saying in what they are saying, their words may not be clearly understood. When you say merge the soul with the Supreme Soul, it means drop the body, mind, and ego. When you drop the body, mind, and ego, Kumar Swami, it's like saying you burst the balloon. If you burst the balloon, the air in the balloon will become one with the air in the atmosphere. You burst the body, mind, ego. The soul will become one with Supreme Soul. You drop the body, let go of the ego. Body will die. Mind, where it is, you cannot find. Atma will become one with Paramatma. For that, you must be a yogi. For that, you must be yogi. Yogi, very important. Kumar Swami, very, very. That's why today I took extra 10 minutes. Kumar Swami, it's very important. For all of you on this call, it's very, Brumataji, very important. Everybody on this call, Samatma, Ashok Tichani, all of you on this call, very, very important to be a yogi. Yogi jo योग में सदा ही रहे, प्रभु के योग में रहे, संसार की माया में वो ना फंसे, सदा योग में वो रहे. What it means? प्रभु की प्यास हो सदा, प्रभु से प्यार वो करे, योगी वो है जो माया से बच के रहे, प्रभु के योग में रहे. How I wish I can take all of you and tie your hands and tie your legs and tie to yoga. How I wish I could do it. How I wish I could do it. Okay. Next question. Who wants to go next?
Hello, sir. Actually, Karan here.
Yes.
Sir, you just told about intuition. Can you tell me sixth sense means? I mean, how much? I forgot. Sixth sense and
It is not a
superconscious.
subject, Karan, it's not a subject of enlightenment. I don't want to waste the time of 60 people. Intuition, you talk me personally. I'll give you you've got my WhatsApp number. I will explain to you personally. It's not a group subject.
No, okay, sir. Just super consciousness is the same synonyms.
No,
For
super consciousness is a material concept, not a spiritual concept.
okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
So I will explain to you. I'm not refusing to explain. I will explain to you personally. It is not to do with enlightenment. I don't want to take people on the wrong path.
Okay,
Super
okay, sir. No, I'm sorry, sir. Sorry, I don't know. Actually, I just got carried
No
away by
problem.
words, sir.
I used to talk about super consciousness before I became AIR. After I became AIR, I dropped it from my vocabulary.
Okay. Okay.
Next question, please. Thank you. Next question.
Shivoham
I hope
AIR.
you're going to ask some tough questions on yoga. Yes, please. Bolo.
Shivoham AIR.
Shivam Rekha.
I also wish you can really catch tires to yoga, become a yogi.
But Rekha,
And-
you can become Rekha. What is the
Yes,
problem?
I can.
Let me ask you the question. Since you have come on, since you have done the good thing of coming forward, what stops you from being in yoga? Please tell me.
Actually, nothing. We
Then
shouldn't
why,
think
no, why
stops.
can't you be? Tell me honestly, what is holding you back? I am united with God 24 hours a day. Why are you not?
Not exactly, even not attachment now. Before it was attachment, but now I don't have that also, actually.
Can I ask you a
don't know.
question? Can I ask
Yes,
you a question? In
yes.
24 hours, how many hours do you spend in yoga?
Not ours. It's only,
Means?
it's like not continuous hours. It's very less, like
How
in
many
a
hours
day.
you sleep every day?
8 hours.
Out of 24 hours, 8 hours are gone. You already wasted
Yes.
8 hours.
Yes.
So I already tell people, some people who are sleeping 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, you know what I tell people like you, Rekha? Because you sleep, you will weep. You are wasting your life. How many hours I sleep every day, Rekha?
I feel only 4 hours.
5 hours max. I used to sleep 4 hours, even 4 is enough. But if I'm sleeping 5 hours and you are sleeping 8 hours, already you have lost 3 hours of yoga.
Yeah. But
Now,
sometimes it's like 8. Yes.
So I'm only giving you a tip. From 8 hours,
No,
make
yeah.
it 7 hours, make it 6 hours. You don't need more than 6. Anybody
Yes.
sleeping more than 6 hours in this group, I'm telling you, anybody sleeping more than 6 hours, you're wasting your life. The body does not need more than 6 hours. If you are wasting your life more than 6 hours, you're a bhogi. You're already a bhogi. Cut that first. Now,
Yeah.
Rekha, even though you're there 18 hours, let me ask you 8 hours. What are you doing balance 16 hours in a day?
I am really wasting my time.
Write down every hour, take a notebook. Don't tell me.
Yes,
Every
sir.
hour, you say 1 hour wasted eating nonsense food, 1 hour wasted cooking, 1 hour wasted feeding people, 1 hour wasted talking to friends about kitty party, 1 hour wasted watching movie, another 1 hour wasted watching serial, another 1 hour wasted watching the news. You keep on putting how many hours you are wasting. Then you realize all
Yes,
that
sir.
is taking you into bhoga. It's not taking you into yoga.
True.
Bliko, thank you. Bliko.
Thank you.
Hi, Namaste, Guruji.
Shivoham.
After you mentioned that every hour you take a break and meditate for some time? Oh, my phone is ringing.
Don't worry about it.
One second, one second.
So every hour you're saying, every hour you're supposed to
so
meditate for 2.
Meditate
Every hour
for
you have-
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a break and meditate for 1 minute. I started it. I'm honestly telling you that it was not happening so regularly, but it makes a change in my entire, thinking and pattern of mind. Now mind is getting more and more peaceful and attracted towards getting into the meditation and taking break from the whatever I'm doing, job or doing anything, reading. But my reading and everything is changed. Now I don't like to watch TV and other things. News also looks like nonsense to me. And that change make my mind so peaceful, and I want to progress in that one. Like you said, this is very important that I am sleeping 8 hours. So I am wasting that I understand now. I will cut
At
it
least-
slowly, slowly.
No, you cut, Bliko,
Slowly.
don't cut from 8 hours to 6 hours. You cut
Slowly,
15 minutes. First you cut 15 minutes, then you cut 30 minutes. And in that 2 hours, imagine you spend in Dhyana Yoga. Imagine you
Perfect.
spend that time just sitting silently and contemplating. Your life will become so blissful. Your life will become so peaceful.
Yes, I tried it before sleeping, and after waking up for 10-15 minutes, I don't do anything. Just try to meditate, and it makes my day very, very blissful, very happy.
Very good. No, Bliko, let me tell you one thing. You are a blessed soul. From the day I have come in contact with you, I can clearly make out who are the people who are going forward in the direction. And you are one of those. You are
Thank
very clearly going in that direction. So please continue. Today's session is, see, try to be in yoga. Whatever you're doing, Bliko, suppose you're doing 5 minutes silence and next 55 minutes you're going to do your work. Even in that work, let there be consciousness of the divine. Let there be the feeling it is not Bharat doing the work. It is Bliko. It is Bharat living in consciousness. You try your best to be a yogi as much as you can. This will transform your life.
Correct,
This
correct,
is my suggestion to you.
correct. And one more thing I want to tell you: after listening your bhajans, long back, one day I got one idea that all this song, Hindi film song with a lot of what do you call the love song, right? So in that love song, I was listening, and then I converted it into I am God, I am loving to God, and this is "Maine tumse pyar ho gaya." I cannot
Very
leave you without, and all. So the song become bhajan very easily if you just change the words little bit. And
We have written
now, yeah,
like that 500.
yeah,
Before
yeah,
I
yeah,
became,
you can write thousands of things. Yeah,
so no, we've written. Now I don't sing those bhajans. Before
yeah.
I became AiR, our bhajans were all film tunes.
Film tunes,
But
yeah.
now we have changed. Now we have changed
Yeah.
it. So anything
But
else?
that,
Bliko?
that makes your actually outlook is different. Then your life can change. Your outlook has to be changed.
So obviously, we have to. So I think, but in the beginning, no harm in you singing songs to God and falling in love with God. But remember, that I told Ru Mataji, she was confusing. That is Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga, yeah,
That is
correct,
not
correct.
Prema
Bhakti
Yoga. That is not
No.
Prema Yoga.
No, I
Prema
like
Yoga
your step by step.
is loving your beloved as God.
Yes, God.
That is
And like
completely
you said,
unique.
start with Dhyan Yoga, then Bhakti, then Karma, and then you go to the Prema Yoga, which is you
Jnana
can
Yoga.
continue.
First the
Yeah.
4 yoga. First the 4 yogas
Yeah.
known to the world. And the moment you're not in these 4 yogas, don't drop into yoga.
Yoga.
Drop
No.
into Prema Yoga.
Usana. Yeah, Prema.
Thank you. We have got a
Thank you.
question from Bharti. I think this is on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. So Bharti is asking a question from Facebook. And the question is, how can we be in yoga all the time, being in this world? This world, Bharti, This world is bhoga. We want to go into yoga. We don't want to sink in this samsara. We want to be free from samsara. What is samsara? Attachment with possessions, with people. What is samsara? We get greedy. We have lust. We have cravings. How this will help us? Nothing belongs to us. We know we come with nothing. We go with nothing. Then why should we be attached to these things? It's of no use. So please understand that the way how to be in yoga all the time, living in this world, by renouncing what is making you a slave. See, sometimes we think that we are enjoying a pleasure of this world. Actually, we are not enjoying the pleasure of this world. The world is enjoying. The world, we are not consuming the pleasure. The pleasure is consuming us. When will we realize that the pleasure is consuming us? We are not consuming the pleasure. That is the challenge, Bharti. Living, there is no other way to be in yoga but living in this world. You can't be in yoga. I always like this quotation. Bharti, please make note. Put this into your head that you cannot be in yoga after you are dead. Huh? Put this into your head that you cannot be in yoga after you are dead. You have to be in this world. You have to be in this world to be in yoga. Not out of this world to be in yoga. Once you are dead, you are dead. Put this in your head and live in the world, but don't be off the world. My Guruji used to say, be in the world, but not off the world. Which means, although you are a yogi, what does the yogi do? He's like a lotus. Have you heard lotus? In one of the songs, it says, Kamal ka phool jaise झील में ना डूबता है योगी भी माया में ना डूबता ध्यान में वो रहता है योग में वो रहता है संसार में ना है वो अटकता ध्यान में वो जीता है प्रेम वो है करता है प्रेम योग योगी भी है करता योग में सदा वो है जीता योगी योग में हमेशा रहता योग में सदा योगी रहता है. We must remember this. Kamal ka phool. The Kamal ka phool is living in a dirty lake, but it doesn't sink. The boat, my Guru used to tell, the boat rides on the waters, but the boat doesn't sink. Bharti, we have to go on the water of samsara, but we have to use the samsara to cross the shore. We don't have to sink in it. 5 more minutes of questions, please. Komal. Komal says, can Komal call herself Yogini? Of course you can call yourself. Of course you can call yourself Yogini.
This I can keep reminding myself that I should not be in the samsara, but I have to be.
Can you add some word of Komal in Yogini? Can you say, so that would, so Yogini is good, but how can the word Komal come into Yogini? That would be great.
I don't want that name.
Komal. Okay.
So that I will keep reminding myself that I have to come out of this samsara. Being in samsara, but out.
Very good. So change from today onwards, we will call you Yogini. You got a new name from today. Huh?
Okay. Thank you.
So thank you. So we have a question from Pawan.
Hi. Sir, I came in late. I came in when you were telling about B of life. I want to note that down, sir. I have pen in my hand. Can you just repeat that quote, sir?
So I will type it for you. Okay?
Thank
B
you,
of
sir.
this word. We will just type it for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Really.
Shilpa.
Hi, sorry, I had written the question, but I'll repeat it. If you could please explain the importance of yamas and the niyamas in staying in yoga all day.
No, yama and niyama are very preliminary. We should not worry about yama and niyama. They are only internal disciplines and external observances. Yama and niyama, they are, for example, they are all the basics. The basics, for example, today, if you are smoking, if you are drinking, if you have got anger, if you have got greed, these are basics. Yama and niyama are, they are two different aspects. Before you can move into asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So yama and niyama are the basic levels. So we don't, everybody has got different yama and niyama. Niyam is, you know what is niyam? Niyam is your
How
niyam.
about the daily observances that you do, your guidelines?
Yeah, so
to follow?
you decide. You decide what are the observances that will liberate you to go beyond asana pranayama, will take you to dhyana, take you to contemplation dharana, and take you to samadhi. So these are very basics.
In Yama, it says like the ahimsa, aste, satya, aparigraha, and brahmacharya. Now I understand brahmacharya is not just celibacy, it is celibacy plus the yearning for knowledge. Are we saying, when you say that it's very basic and everybody can decide their own yama and niyama, are we saying that a person can be unethical, immoral, and still be a yogi?
How are you? You are yourself, or you are yourself are giving the question and you yourself giving the answer? Means you're not paying attention to your question and answer, Shilpa. You yourself are telling the question and you yourself are giving the answer.
No, I'm
How
asking
can I
you.
just know? No, I just now explained to you, when the basics are wrong, you cannot go forward. So are you telling by being immoral and being unethical, are the basics are wrong? Can you go forward? You give me the answer.
This is what I was asking you. कि
My
importance
dear.
इनका बताइए please. कि
No, my
basic
dear,
का
it
क्या
is
importance
no.
है?
See, every individual has got their basic wrongs. Every individual must dive deep inside and follow certain yama and niyama. The yama and niyama are the basics, what we learn on a day-to-day basis. Kindness, love, compassion, forgiveness. All these qualities prepare us from the inside and prepare us from the outside. That is all yama and niyama is about. Then you move forward.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Who else would like to ask questions? We have only got 2 more questions left. I think Girish, Parvati Ahmed asked a question. What is Parvati Ahmed's question?
What's the difference between concentration and meditation?
What is the difference, Parvati Amma? She's asking, our most respected person on this call, Parvati Amma, is asking the question, what is the difference between meditation and concentration? Parvati Amma, when you have got one thought, suppose I am concentrating only on this mug. So my concentration is on this one mug. This is called concentration. I am focused. Ekant. Like one candle. You're watching one light of one candle. This is concentration. This is focus. Suppose you're concentrating on breath. Only breath. Your concentration, your contemplation is you are not blank. In meditation, you become blank. In meditation, you are cutting down the thoughts. You are reducing the number of thoughts. In meditation, there are many thoughts. You're trying to go from meditation into concentration. When there are 100 thoughts, can there be concentration? I'm asking you. Suppose there are 100 thoughts. Can there be concentration?
No.
Cannot have. Why you cannot have concentration? Because the first step is meditation. Meditation means then the concentration, should I do or should I not do? Should I do or should I not do? Somebody recently was telling me, I was asking this person to do concentration. This person is saying, should I do or should I not do? Then she told me, but what will he think about it? What will he think about? But what will his mother say? And what will his mother say? And what will the son say? And what will the uncle say? And then what will the grandmother say? Now what happened to what happened? There was no concentration because there was no meditation. One question, one subject became 10 questions. How can you get answer to 10 questions at the same time?
No.
You can't get answer to 10 questions at the same time. You come to one question. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, this is concentration. To cut down from 10 questions which are bothering your mind is like a monkey. The mind will say, okay, I want to eat idli. And immediately you say, but there's sambar there. But sambar is not for idli. Ah, no, I wanted to also eat vada. No, don't go on jumping. You muddle. You muddle yourself. Then you are not able to concentrate. Suppose, for example, you only want to think of death. Suppose you're thinking of death. What happens after I die? What happens after I die? What happens after I die? You want to know. Suddenly your mind jumps to a thought and says, what about my jewelry? What about my money? What they will do to my body? Your mind jumps out of the concentration is lost because the meditation is gone.
Yes.
I hope I tried to explain. So meditation is to cut down the number of thoughts to one. Concentration is to be able to contemplate on that one thought. You concentrate, you concentrate, you concentrate. Only on that one thought. Girish, okay, Girish, you got the point, Girish? Or so you can discuss it further. Last question. Anybody before I close? Last question, and then I will close about the session of the yogi. Administrator tells me, stop it, stupid. The administrator sent a message, stop it, stupid, time is over. So I told you this mantra. Remember this mantra? This mantra, stop it, stupid, stop it, stupid. One man was eating pani puri. After eating pani puri, he got diarrhea. Again, he went for pani puri. Then he got again food poisoning. Again, he went for pani puri. Then he became sick and hospitalized. Next time he was going to eat pani puri. What his wife told him? His wife told him, stop it, stupid. Because the wife was hearing to AiR's talk. And the wife told him, stop it, stupid. Stop it, stupid. Stop it, stupid. Because we keep on repeating the stupidity again and again. So my dear friends, stop the stupidity of being in bhoga. I am telling you, stop it, stupid. Stop being in bhoga. Be a yogi in yoga. Start your day with dhyana yoga. Then move into bhakti yoga. Move into karma yoga. Move into jnana yoga. And the moment you are free, when you are coming to this world, try to love the people around you as they are God. Love your beloved as God. The moment you love your beloved as God, you are in Prema Yoga. You go into that state of divine bliss when you see your beloved as God, as a goddess. Then you are in Prema Yoga. So with that note, I'm switching on the camera to the other side where I'm sitting and enjoying the beauty of God's creation. And God has created such an amazing part of Finland. I'm leaving you with this view, but I think it's too dark. So I have to switch off the camera. And hopefully one day we will have a retreat and all of you are ready for retreats in Finland. For the moment, I would hold my hands and wish you an evening of yoga. Until I see you tomorrow evening at 8, I hope you will come out with some challenging questions on yoga. May the power of SIP be upon you.